The Lord is thy shepherd, I shall not want. Him maketh I like dung in a green pastures. Him leadeth I beside still water them. Him restoreth I soul. Him leadeth I in other part of righteousness for him name's sake. Yea! Though I Rasta, I go walk through the valley of the shadow of death. I can't fear no evil, for thy rod and thy staff them comforted I and I. Unu prepare a table before I, in the presence of our enemy them. Unu anointed I head with unu oil. Me cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy I go follow I all the days of I Ivan. Me I go dwell in the house of the Lord God. Jah. Kadama we groma be atila exact beer tana istalina ba shante 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 tete shante 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 kadama we groma be atila the name of the Lord is a strong tower and the righteous run into it and them is safe. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but Jah shall deliver him from all of them. Yes, 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 yes. And I give thanks and I says unto your name, King of Kings and Lord of Lords, the conquering lion of the tribe of Judah, Amasa Yahuda, Yahuda Amasa, Nagusta Nagasti Dadianam, Komaya Sataya, Rastamana Pio Pio Pioaya. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushodomo, where we speak truth to power. Now, in every traditional African home, there is a black pot. And every time this black pot is on the fire, with the fire blazing beneath it, we know there is something delicious cooking. So spicy. And when the aroma starts to fly, we all start to catch a certain beautiful cold. All over the place, like sniffer dogs, we sniff the aroma. My brother, my sister, this is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonomo, where we speak truth to power. Remember, we don't talk politics, we talk patriotism, Pan-Africanism, power. My brother, my sister, we don't normally like to criticize, but if we must criticize, we would only criticize to build and not to destroy. We are in the service of God and country. The power that we get to be able to cut and go through. My name, Blakk Rasta, and this is the Black Pot. Now, hey, today we have a number of things to deal with, and I'm going to begin with this one that is most interesting. It says, Adwoa Safo Unfit for office. Who is Adwoa Safo? My brother, my sister, now Adwoa Safo is supposed to be the Minister of Gender, Children, Women, Boys, Girls, blah, 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 blah. That gender that is most important to our future generation. The children, the women, and the men. My brother, my sister, Adwoa Safo is also the MP for Domi Kwabenya. This is Adwoa Safo. Her father is Safo Kantanka, the self-styled industrialist who manufactures, or is it assembles cars? My brother, my sister, we love him and we respect him because he's bringing some Pan-African values, yes, amongst us, and we love him for that. Hey, my brother, my sister, Adwoa Safo is a minister of state and at the same time an MP. Hear me now. Now, before she became an MP, she had to go through some grueling circumstances. She had to even go all the way to her baby father, who she had broken links with for one reason or the other, Kennedy Japan, and beg him to help her win the elections. Now, Kennedy Japan is one man who is known in the history of Ghana never to have lost any election right here in this country. So probably it was so good for Kennedy to be pulled on to help her win the elections. According to her, it was so grueling. And she won the elections. What is that to tell you? She went through the hard way to win elections. Right after that, she became sweet-headed, so pampered and so disrespectful. Hey, my brother, my sister, according to her, she had served the Parliament of Ghana and the Ghanaian people for 12 solid years in different phases. There was a time she was an MP, another time she was a Minister of State, and even a Deputy Speaker of Parliament amongst the majority. Remember, my brother, my sister, Adwoa Safo left the shores of this country and went all the way to America. Hey! And when she arrived in America, now according to the Parliament of Ghana, she did not seek permission. And the Speaker of Parliament, Alban Sumanu Kingsford Bagbin, came out bluntly and said there was no permission granted to Adwoa Safo. And by the laws of this country, if you miss parliamentary sittings for 15 times, yes, you are supposed to be dragged before some committee who will look into why you did that, especially without permission. Well, Adwoa Safo has been in America for over 1 year. And she said she's taking care of her sick son. And in an interview that she granted just a couple of days ago, she made it clear that it's all about family. It's family first. Many people have argued. They said, oh, if Adwoa Safo had left her son to be sickest, and probably die, Ghanaians will be the same people saying that, what a silly woman. How could you have left your son to die like this, all because of service to the nation? But my brother, my sister, let's get more serious. Even dumb Trump with no brains in his head. There are some rich people who don't have sense, you know. One of them is Trump, Donald Trump. My brother, my sister, Donald Trump even said America first. And what do we mean by America first? Donald Trump was ready to give up everything for America. You know how we call this? Patriotism. That is why the red in our flag signifies the blood and toil of our ancestors. They could have gone to sleep with their children and their wives and forgot about the country so that invaders will swallow it up. Like in the days of Saul when the Philistines were fighting, Judah and the Israelites night and day. My brother, my sister, David had to leave his animals and come all the way to defend the people of Israel. It's patriotism. Adwoa Safo said, family first in that interview. Now, when I asked when she will return to take over her ministry, because since she left, the ministry has been vacant. Since she left, her constituency, Domekwabenya, has been without an MP, and arrogantly, she keeps taking salary, full salary. Arrogantly, the Ghanaian public, the taxpayer, is the sacrificial lamb right now. We keep paying without receiving anything, and she still arrogantly says that she is the minister of gender. At the same time, the MP for Domekwabenya, after telling us it's about family, all about family and family first. Now, in her last interview, which was aired just a couple of days ago, she had developed a very strange accent within 1 year of being in America. My brother, my sister, Adwoa Safo's arrogance has been challenged. Hey, remember that when she started staying in America, many pundits came out and said she should just stay there so that by the 17th of February this year, she would have been replaced. Watch it. Adwoa Safo's seat could be declared vacant on February 17th. And this was coming all the way from the Parliament of Ghana. Some bickering, some rumor mongering that Adwoa Safo would lose her seat by the 17th of February. But no, she survived it by some power that we will not be able to mention on TV. Watch me now. Now it went on and on and on until Ghanaians got fed up. When they wanted her for the e-levy, remember when they were going to pass the e-levy and they needed all the votes, they flew her in all the way from America in a private jet that fed her over 20 times while she flew from America to Ghana in a business class where champagne, lasagna and pizzas of all types were served. My brother, my sister, she arrived in Ghana peacefully and refused to go to the Parliament House. According to Canada, Japan, her baby father, they had to pay her some money into a fidelity account. Big fat money to coerce her. Hey, better still to coax her. To go all the way to the Parliament House to vote. And there had to be a convoy. Oh my God. So while she was going to the Parliament House, she was like a president. Wee, wow, all over the place. And the Queen of Ghana, Adwoa Safo, with a funny accent. My brother, my sister, yes, which she developed just after 1 year of staying in America, arrived at the Parliament House. At that time, we all were supposed to wear face masks. Many were those who said it was the ghost of Adwoa Safo who had come. Some said she had put on too much weight. Others said a lot of things. We don't do body shaming. So my brother, my sister, we let it go. We talk patriotism, not politics. Hear me now. Now those shenanigans and the conundrums passed like a very bad storm. Hey, and watch it. Resign if you can't do the job, as Adwoa Safo told. And read it. This one was published on the 18th of March 2022 at 10:22 p.m. in the night. It says, new Patriotic Party Member of Parliament for Dome Kwabenya, Sarah Adwoa Safo, has been told to resign. But arrogantly, she would not resign. Hey, listen. How many of you remember this one too? We will protect Dome Kwabenya seat despite Adwoa Safo's troubles. Greater Accra Regional MPP chair. You know what that means? It means if we go for election, we will make sure that we get back this seat. They are thinking about winning elections, you know. They are not thinking about how they will serve the people of Ghana. This is a minister of state on an AWOL. Yes, and people are not thinking about how the people would be served. They are rather thinking about how they can retain the seat. Like those dummies who are running around saying they want to break the eight at a time that the country is breaking down. My brother, my sister, hey, Adwoa Safo did not leave it there. See what happened? Hey, she granted that interview, and when asked when she will return to Ghana, she bluffed like the queen of the whole Ghana, taking ransom by some great force. My God, what did she say? She said, hey, I will return when I am ready. For now, my son is sick. I'm not returning until he is well. And when asked if she still saw herself as an MP and a minister of state, she said, of course, yes. The president knows why I am here. As if it was all about the president. The president who's been sleeping himself and has no regard for the taxpayers' purse is the president who knows where she is and respects what she's doing there. It's all about family. Remember when we said family and friends? They thought that we're joking. Yes, this is a clear indication of family and friends. The nation can go to hell. The nation can bounce for as many times as possible. Nobody gives a rat's backside. Hear me now, brethren. Adwoa Safo, watch this. Vacate your seat if you don't know when your so-called problem will be over. And this is a member of a party, not just a member, the majority leader. Hey, that's Oseche Bonsu. Look at him with a sexy bald head. He says, hey, watch out. We are going to kick you out. You are arrogant. You are over-pampered. And we don't know where you are getting this thing from. Get out of here, as somebody would say. You don't know when you're going to get back. So you don't know. You don't know. Okay. If you don't know, then forget it. Watch this. Call Adwoa Safo's bluff. Sack her and conduct a by-election. And this is the pollster, the man called Ben Epson. These days people say his predictions are not happening. But he can have it all the time. He's not a magician. He's only using science. And sometimes science can even fail. As it stands right now, it's family first. Until her family is okay, Ghana can go to hell. And that is what Adwoa Safo is saying. And with an arrogant president, the pot-bellied, fly-happy president, Nana Akufo-Addo, you can expect worse. Especially that now they are sharing the lands of this country like Pekple during Homo War. Jesus have mercy. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonomo. And today we have so many things we need to talk about. So we will flash away this one and deal with the next one. The next one I want to look at is something that I've decided to title the Sannie Daara joke. The Sannie Daara joke. Hey, my brother, my sister, hear me now. Hear me now. Hear me now. Who is Sannie Daara? Sannie Daara worked with the BBC. Sannie Daara is a journalist that so many people aspire to be like. Sannie Daara is this handsome face that you see here from the Zongos of Ghana. In fact, he rose to one of the highest echelons of journalism when he worked with the BBC. Then he came down to work with the GFA as the PRO, Public Relations Officer. Of course, he had been tried and tested, and everybody knew that he was up to the task. Hear me now. Sannie Daara, smooth-speaking Sannie Daara, who was caught in a documentary that exposed the rot in Ghana football called Number 12. Now, in Number 12, my brother, my sister, Anas Armiyao Anas and his Tiger IPI, Lord God have mercy, yes, caught Sannie Daara on tape, talking about how they will be able to bring a certain player to play for the Black Stars. And when Tiger IPI gave out a bribe, Sannie Daara in the tape was seen and heard to be saying, oh, give it or leave it with some person so that he would go and pick it up later. The matter went to court. Jesus have mercy. And the judge who sat on it, my brother, my sister, by name, his lordship, Justice Nicholas Abodakmi, Lord God have mercy, sat on this case. And what was it? It was Sannie Daara who took the matter to court. Number one, he cited that his privacy had been breached. And at the same time, he also said that Number 12 should be stopped from airing, especially the part that showed him talking about the bribe. And when it got to the Human Rights Court, and it's one of the superior courts of Ghana, you know what I'm talking about. Hey, the court threw out Sannie Daara's case and said, listen, when Tiger IPI contacted you, it was in a public place, so there was no breach of privacy. It was in the stadium when you were videoed, and you seem to be talking about a bribe that should be given to somebody. If you didn't want it, then you should have just told them that no, you will not take the bribe. But you rather asked for the bribe to be left somewhere where you could pick it up. Probably you didn't want to take it on camera. Hey, now the court asked Anas Armiyao Anas and his Tiger IPI to present the unedited tape. And they presented 18 hours of unedited tape to the court. The court went through it, and then Anas Armiyao Anas and his Tiger IPI came out victorious, and their lawyer was lawyer Sannie Daara. How many of you remember lawyer Sannie Daara? That's him. I worked with him at Joy as multimedia. He also worked with the BBC at a certain time, and he's a guy that I really respect. Now he's working with the special pretender. Did I say special prosecutor? Yes. Yes, that office, oh my God have mercy, has been soiled. And we are waiting to see how that office will get better, especially fighting for the people whose money is being stolen and how the government is taking people for a big fat joke of a ride. Hey, now he's working in the office of the special prosecutor. Now, he was the one in court for Anas Armiyao Anas, and they came out victorious. Hey, there was no illegality, especially in an engagement that had to do with the public. Do you understand that, or should we break it down? Now, Sannie Daara said, hey, breach of privacy. Why do you have to video me without telling me? And the argument in court was that as long as you were in a certain engagement that had to do with the public funds and the interest of the public, and especially in a public space, there's nothing like a breach of privacy. Yes, it was upheld in court, and that was where it ended. And Anas Armiyao Anas and his Tiger IPI won the case. But a few days ago, it came out of the GFA's ethic committee had sat down and decided that there was no wrongdoing and Sannie Daara should be reinstalled in his former position. But Lawyer Sannie Daara came out and said it's a joke of a decision. Now, they cited the case of England where the FA in England actually cited, in fact, was cited in a case where the courts of the UK, which was a smaller court, not a superior court, had said that somebody was engaged in a certain racist rants and so on and so forth, and said the person was not guilty. The court ruled out that this person was not guilty, but the FA came back and sat on it and said that the person was guilty. So it looked like they had overturned what the court had said. But what was the premise? The FA said that there were two different cases. What the court sat on was different from what the FA sat on. Now, did the ethics committee in Ghana sit on this case, also citing that the case of Sannie Daara that was ruled in the courts, in fact, by the Human Rights Court, a superior court, was the same thing, or they were different? Now, did they call Tiger IPI to sit with them and try to be interrogated to find out what it was? Tiger IPI said no, nobody invited them. Lawyer said nobody invited them. It was an arbitral decision. So, it's a joke, isn't it? Hey, you go to court, court says it's wrong, and then FA sits down with an ethic, committee that says that, hey, it's not wrong, continue with your case. Are we joking in this country? What is the problem with us? Did they do due diligence? What is Sannie Daara himself saying about this? Did the court find any wrongdoings? On what premise did the court find the wrongdoings? And on what premise did the ethics committee free Sannie Daara? Jesus have mercy. Hey, your guess is as good as mine. But remember, corruption in this country will continue as long as we can free people who are seen to be corrupt. If the laws will not clamp down on corruption, then corruption would have a walk in the park. Corruption would have a field day. Watch the quote and think with me. This is the Blackboard. Skip a judge. This is the Blackboard, aka Kukushonemo. Yes, where we speak truth to power. We don't normally criticize, but if we must criticize, we'll only criticize to build and not to destroy. Hear me now, brethren. Hi. Next thing we all must look at, and for me, applaud, is this thing I'm going to talk about. And I've decided to title it, The Sule Muntari Factor. Sule Muntari is seen as an arrogant Ghanaian player, especially in his days of active playing for the Black Stars. He was a guy who had the bullet shot, bang, bang, and it would enter into the net even if there was a ghost standing or a monster or King Kong. Now, Sule Muntari was a guy who knew his art, especially when he played for the Black Stars. Now let's leave Sule Muntari aside and go to Brazil. Ghana played Brazil at least 2 times in the past in friendlies. I'm talking about friendlies. Now in 2007, Ghana played Brazil in a friendly. And in 2011, Ghana again played the Brazil team in another friendly. And here what happened. Now this friendly was most important for Ghana. Because one, in the whole world, even though we all agree in quotes, or we disagree to agree that football was invented in England, England does not hold the key to the best football in the world. Arguably, it's Brazil. That's why in every country in Africa, you have a team that is named after the Brazilian team. Oh, young Brazilians. Oh, Brazil United, and so on and so forth. Remember, oh, Pele of Brazil, the guy with the magic rubber legs who could dribble ghosts and wizards and everything. Hey, my brother, my sister, Ghana played in 2011. The Brazilian side in England. And they had invited foreign-based players like Sule Muntari to come on board. Hear me now. They had a few local players too. Kwesi Appiah was so happy, oh my God, have mercy, to play this friendly. And he was the boss, or better still, the manager of the Black Stars team. You all remember Kwesi Appiah, don't you? Hear me now. Now, my brother, my sister, when the plane landed and the Ghanaian side was supposed to jump on the plane and go and play this friendly all the way in England. See what happened now. There was a GFA person standing right in front of the gates of the aeroplane, and when the players were coming in, depending on whether you were a foreign-based player or a Ghana-based so-called local player, you would sit in the economy class or the business class. Foreign-based players like Sule Muntari were asked to sit right there inside the business class, where they would enjoy some free pizzas, free champagnes, free lasagnas, free guacamoles, and so on and so forth. Like what Nana Akufo-Addo eats when he's flying around the world aimlessly and blowing our money with no sense. My brother, my sister, hey, Sule Muntari went to sit down, and he realized that all the local-based players were in the economy class, and all the officials were in the business class. Now, the difference between the business class and the economy class is what I told you. Some people would enjoy pizza, lasagna, guacamole, hey, some whiskey, some champagne, and whilst you are hearing pop, pop, pop in the business side, in the economy side, you are hearing nothing. It's like the Titanic. The Titanic, where the bourgeoisies were all walking with their tailcoat and pim pirim, pim pirim, piririri, pim pirim, pim pirim, and right there in the economy class, like homowo during the peckler throwing time. Hear me now, brethren. Sule Muntari looked at it, and the Zongolese in him came out like a monster. He walked straight to the players. In fact, he spoke with Derek Boateng. Derek Boateng, how many of you remember the Rasta head? We Rastas don't say Rasta head, the dreadlocked. Irina Yabingi. The Rasta man giving thanks to Jah. Derek Boateng, he went to him and said, Rasta. But he used to call him brother. He said, watch, turn your back and see. The local based players are all in the economy class. A lot of them have never flown in an airplane. So they have put them in there as if they were doing them a favor. And those of us who have an experience of flying, we are here to drink champagne, eat lasagna, guacamole, and the rest of those. Let us all rebel and go and sit in the economy class. So Sule Muntari was the rebel leader. Every player, foreign-based player, who was sitting in the so-called business class, who took a walk, boom, 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 and sat down right there in the, what's it called, economy class. Thankfully, Sule Muntari is now Rasta man too. Selassie, blessed. Sure. Hear me now. Hey, now at a point, a member of the GFA came and said, oh, all the players come to the business class, and we, the officials, will go and sit in the economy class. And Derek Boateng and Sule Muntari said, don't worry. We are enjoying being with our colleagues. We are okay. You go and enjoy the pizza and enjoy the champagne, the guacamole, and enjoy all the lasagna. Jesus have mercy. My brother, They went to play and Ghana lost by a goal to nothing. Hey, officials are playing big. Those who are supposed to be on the field running like horses on heat are those who are supposed to be in the economy, whilst the big men with the pot belly are drinking the champagne, sleeping and snoring. My brother, my sister, it's a replica of what is happening in governance. The people who give the fat-bellied idiots the chance to rule are the people who are being tossed about on the ocean in the waves that are so crazy, like pieces of cardboard. My brother, my sister, with such an attitude, how would the player be on the field and deliver? The big men are not leading by example. Right now it's all about stealing when you become a politician. At least the ghost of Sir John has taught us that, hey, when it comes to politics, it's all about stealing. My brother, my sister, see how many pieces of land have been stolen by people in government. Yet not one person has stood trial. There was a special pretender in the name of a special prosecutor, one Martin Alamisi Amidu, that everybody believed was going to crack the whip, not knowing he was a talkative letter writer of Ave Postmonu. Hear me now, brethren. This man ran out like a rat on heat on a very sunny day and called the president the mother serpent of corruption. Mother serpent of corruption. Hey, even the snake, the serpent that deceived Eve, this is the grandfather of that snake and his Nana Akufo-Addo. If that snake was able to deceive Eve, to drop all of us from heaven to come and be here, and this is his grandfather, then we are already in hell. Oh. Jesus have mercy. Hey, hear me now. Sule Muntari, you are a leader. I'm sad that you couldn't become one of the captains of the Black Stars. Not even an assistant. But you don't even have to have a post before you can serve. I believe that anybody can still serve even without a post. Hey, Sule Muntari, hear me now. I respect you. I honor you. There might be some controversial issues about you around. But I think that there were so many things that you did that went unmentioned. You were not loud, so you didn't make so much noise about that. We know some people who cannot keep a lid on their mouths. Every time, making noise all over the place. But my brother, my sister, here it is now. Sule Muntari's episodes, the epistles of Sule Muntari are coming to us one after the other. And my brother, I salute you. Rastafari. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonemon, where we speak truth to power. When we return, I'm going to be looking at the CAMELEON president. I'm going to be looking at the IGP writing a letter to the British High Commission after the IGP heard our report right here on the Blakk Pot. Until then, hey, Skipper George.
wet caps, weave-ons, nails, pedicure, manicure, waxing, massages. We do everything concerning beauty. So if any lady is thinking about beauty, I believe this is the right place for you to be. We do nail training here. We do brace training. We do wet caps installation. We do waxing. I mean, anything that we do, the services that we render here, we also train people. So if you want to be a master in nails, if you want to be a professional nail technician, this is the right place for you to be. We will train you and make sure you are a professional, not just any nail tech. At Chick Luxury Beauty Home, we train you to be your own boss. We have international trainers who train you to fit in anywhere in the world. We have our one-man training, and we also have 2 weeks. It's between 2 weeks to 1 month, depending on the individual. Whatever you want, we give it to you. At Chick Luxury Beauty Home, we give you quality yet affordable. So come and get trained and be your own boss.
Sorry. Oh, Doc. Yes, and you walk, Doc. I want to know why you did. We must why she. I've said, "Do I need to tell you, ma? No, say the young kukru. So your stomach was up. Said the young. Had been so sad be come. And then cry. The meaning said if you be forcing you know, I don't know.
Test results natural say when you malaria when the moji.
Yeah, 3D.
Yes, malaria. Nani yem no so we no here. Tinatet tomac and a tinatet malake. Fama no nano ho betono.
Malake, anything I take to Mac, I'm on my free.
Tinatet Malake, Eyama Ubia Wenya malaria fever, and a Tinatet Tomac mixture, Eyama Ubia Wenya indigestion. Yen Shishemus Wenya malaria and Sana Wafa Edri. Not recommended for children below 12 years. Pregnant or lactating mothers should consult a doctor.
Even though them say you can't. Okay, so the inspiration behind Bed of Roses is this. I actually, bad to bad, as we say in Jamaica, there's that little stigma that has always been going on that, most men are not good men, and you don't really have good men, especially like if they're poor and they can't take care of you. Women have 2 hands and 2 feet too, so crippled, you don't necessarily need somebody to take care of you. What you need is a man with a good heart who loves you and who will work with you so you can build an empire. So Bed of Roses is really in the defense of men, and so also to really rewrite the narrative that if a man is poor he can't take care and that is not good. It's not good for you, which is a lie. You understand? So there are lots of men out there who don't have a lot of money, but they are good and upright men. They just want someone to work with them and someone to motivate them. And so that song was really, to celebrate good men who don't necessarily have a lot of money.
Nubian king, I love you. No apologies when I chose you. Everything you do, I adore you. Just the way you are, I wouldn't change you. You make me bring back old times something. Shivering the dead, it's hurting. When you open the door for me, pull out a chair for me, carry me down a church when you marry me. Life on a 1 bed of roses, the deepest river of the longest. The moon shines brighter in the darkness, and the tallest tree I know the strongest. Life on a bed of roses, whoa, deepest river of the longest. The moon shines brighter in the darkness, and the tallest tree I know the strongest. Even though them say you can't afford me, deep in me heart me know you love me. Hard working man who will provide for me. Never tell me no fear it till I pop me up a down a Ochi. Only for veggie where we plant, me not go hungry. Come say, Luchi and we in our pantry. Give me a firm foundation, we no Sunday.
Skip a George. Blackpot, Coco show them. Skip a George. Blackpot, Coco show them.
Oh my God. Yes, I visit. Beautiful piece of music by Diana Wright. Beautiful piece of music. I see the Rasta man. Oh my God. Rasta man, no money. But yeah, we have some nice, fruits and things. And our women are always happy. We call them empresses. You see, Rasta love is about being in the bush and enjoying nature, not hopping from one restaurant to the other, trying the latest dish from England and America. Love, oh my God, is the Rasta love. You understand? Bed of Roses by Diana Wright. Beautiful video. Check it out on YouTube and make sure that you leave a comment. Positive comment. Tell them you watched it on Blakk Empire TV, live and colored, and also on Pan African TV, also on Loud Silence TV, at the same time Ghana Web TV, and of course our YouTube page, Blakk Empire Media, and our Blakk is BLAKK. Yes, BLAKK. We are live and colored. Thank you so much, Diana Wright, and her contacts are all there. You can reach her out and book her for concerts all over the world. She would come and perform. Lord God have mercy and make you feel irie. We are also sponsored by Tina Ted Natural Health Center, the house of quality herbal medicines. Oh my God. And when we talk Tina Ted, we're talking good quality medicine. Hey, Jiba, Krodoso, Mapele, Kursa, Menso, Bain, Obanai, Mak, Aquere, Sanctuary. Hey, malaria, typhoid fever, join this, no problem. And if you're a woman and you need to clean your heavens and make that tighter, straight, you must be going for Tina Ted Venicare. Tighter, like a niggly eye. In Jamaica we say niggly eye, pum pum. niggly eye. In Jamaica, niddle is niggle. Eye is yai, so niggly eye. The eye of a niggle. Yes, you see, if it's big like this, you can't say niggly eye. So it must come like this. Niggly eye. Whoop! Tina Ted Venicare is capable of giving you niggly eye pum pum. Trust me, man. And clean up your heavens and make it good like a garden of fragrances, man. How you mean? Pick up the numbers and call them. Walk into any Tina Ted shop across Ghana and pick up all these varieties of good healing. Or walk into any good herbal shop in Ghana and deal with this. For bulk purchases and inquiries, call Tina Ted on this. Hey, those of you who like to eat catfish, hey, let me warn you. Catfish! If you want to eat catfish, then it must be grilled properly. The only place that grills catfish properly, that you would eat and you will not have coccidiosis or pulmonary disease, my brother, my sister, is hot and spicy grilled catfish. Over there, you look at the fish, swimming, nice like that, and you pick up the healthiest one. They weigh it and then they spice it. You wanted the Arabian spice way, or you wanted the Brazilian way. Maybe you wanted the Chinese way or the Ghana way. Kwekushito. What are you talking about? Is it kwekushito or kwakpochito? I mix up the two, but whatever it is, there's a shito in it, and then you would have a good one. Pick up their numbers and then ask them to grill it and wait for you, or that you're on your way coming. Hot and spicy grilled catfish is right there along the Spintex Road near the American Washington Bay and Tech Stop. Open from 12 noon till 10 p.m. Hey, I'm in the spirit. Hallelujah. Hey, there's no ugly person on earth. You only have to go to the house that will encourage your beauty to come up. And that is the Chic Luxury Beauty Home. Watch me. Sometimes you look at a woman and you feel like you are eating lollipop. You want to eat her up immediately. You know why? Because she's chic, splendid, and sleek. Jesus have mercy. You want some natural twist and locks. You want some waxing. You want some lashing. You want some, pen cut and wigs and braids. Hey, they have a special pergola. It's some nice edifice. You sit and get some cool breeze whilst you have your Goldilocks fix and you. They also take you through training. If you want to train in all these things I mentioned, Chick Luxury Beauty Home is the answer. How long do you want to train for? What is the time that you are free around? We work around that time. We give you a certificate. Hey, after training, we can employ you in our numerous global branches. And if you don't want to work in Ghana, where do you want to work? We send you there, you go work at Chick Luxury Beauty Home. We are globally known and we are, remember, sleek and chic. We are located right here in Accra at Asafo Akwabwa Link at Jingana Road. This is the Blackpot, aka the Kuku Shonemo. Hear me now. Chameleon president. You know what a chameleon is, right? Chameleon. You know what a chameleon is? The chameleon is an animal that looks like a lizard, but it is not a lizard. Because it has two eyes that can turn 360 degrees in different directions. This one can look here and this one can look at the back. Hey, the chameleon is a spy killer. The chameleon can spy. When it's sleeping, it can even watch. The chameleon also likes to sleep a lot unprovoked. And most importantly, you can't trust the chameleon. You know why? It changes colors. Today, when you know it as yellow, turn your back and say, "Hey, George, how are you doing?" And turn around, it turns green. Hey, people say Nana Addo is a chameleon president. Watch this. Hey, they say he is a chameleon president. Look at him. Does he look like a chameleon? Ah, well, watch this. Corruption risk assessment reveals government spent over 2.1 billion on corrupt deals. Watch this. Corrupt deals under who? Nana Akufo-Addo. Watch this. Hey, many more headlines coming. The Nana Addo we knew is not the same person we are seeing now. And this is a governance lecturer. Now, who be this lecturer? In Nigeria, they say lecturer. Hey, the Nana Addo we knew is not the Nana Addo we see because it's a chameleon. Ah, I remember that teacher in my village school who called chameleon CAMELEON. When we were schooling in Dompoase, I say CAMELEON. Students repeat, we say CAMELEON. CAMELEON. At that time, in fact, there was a big man coming all the way from Accra. And you know the story already, don't you? He said, what? What is this man talking about? And when they asked him, called him, and then he said, what did you say? But this thing is chameleon, not CAMELEON. He said, sir, it's not my fault. When you guys change the pronunciation in Accra, you must make sure that we in the villages at Dompoase, we also know that you have changed that. Ladies and gentlemen, the chameleon changes even in the classroom. The pronunciation can change as to whether they changed it in Accra or in Dompoase. But watch me style. Nana Akufo-Addo is seen as the chameleon. Chameleon. Ha! Ha! Kwame Duncan. Lord God have mercy. Taught one of my brethren. And I heard that he was a very serious teacher. Very principled. What did Kwame Duncan say? Kwame Duncan of all people said that, hey, the NPP that I knew is not the NPP I am seeing now. For that matter, I am taking a back bench like moonwalk. You remember that moonwalk? Hey, let's get serious. My brother, we have a president who cannot be predicted. Today he says corruption is terrible. The following day, he's the one beating the drums for corrupt people to dance. Nana Akufo-Addo, our chameleon president, is sharing the lands belonging to the people of Ghana, held for the people of Ghana by the government of Ghana. Hey, put Nana Akufo-Addo aside and let's deal with things. The promising president, King Promise, promises without delivering. His party has lost in advance. Hey, Nana Akufo-Addo is the worst president NPP has had. And if you guys go into opposition for 600 years, wake up the ghost of Nana Akufo-Addo, slap his bald head 20 times, bury him like Sir John, resurrect him, slap the bald head again 70 million times, and let him go back there. He is the cause of your woes. Dash it away. Hi, political moonlighters. What does it mean to say moonlight? Moonlight is you have your regular job, but you have side jobs that you do illegally. If you're supposed to work full-time, and you leave your full-time work, and you do other works that pay you, paid jobs. If you do free, that's it. But if you are paid aside your day job, you are moonlighting. May I ask, parliamentarians in Ghana, are they supposed to be full-time workers? I don't seem to see any parliamentarian in Ghana that's a full-time worker. Some are students. I remember Fifi Kwete was a student. Blakk was a student at the time that they were ministers and MPs. We were told that some of them were even flying outside the country to go for lectures in England and fly back, whilst they were MPs and ministers. Mark Okreku Mante, I hear is at, what's the name of the place? Gimpa. Also a student was being a manager of the state in terms of a minister. Hey. Where is the focusedness? Are we focused? Or are we saying that the work of a minister or an MP is so easy and does not demand that we give it our full attention? Is it a full-time job? I'm asking. Watch this. Many MPs moonlighting without speaker's permission. That's Inus Afuseni. Moonlighting here, as used by Inus Afuseni, means that your regular job, your full-time work is being an MP. But you are illegally working elsewhere and making money. That makes it illegal. Once a minister, in my opinion, you should never be an MP. And if you are an MP, at the same time, you should never ever be a minister. Because they are two different, powerful full-time jobs. You can't take two at the same time. But greedy people in this country, our laws permit that. Watch this. Absenteeism in parliament. Many MPs are moonlighted. That is Inus Afuseni. But let's see what's happening in England. Are they also moonlighting? Watch this. And this is from the Times. Moonlighting MPs face ban if committee gets its way. Did you hear that? It means it's also a problem elsewhere around the world. But look at when this one was published. And you will see that, yes, it is a recent problem. Hey, look at this. Moonlighting MPs bring parliament into disrepute. Disrepute. It means that they are killing parliament. My brother, my sister. Hey, hallelujah to the bongo clippings. And in Italy, there's also a problem of moonlighting. Watch this. This is Italy. It says moonlighting politicians. Hey, hear me. Moonlighting politicians, evidence from Italy on how the opportunity for outside work affects MPs' commitment. Let's be serious. Evidence from Italy on how the opportunity for outside work affects MPs' commitment. And when you read it, it shocks you. Oh, Jesus have mercy. Read it. Read what is there. Politicians who continue to have considerable earnings from their outside work after they have been elected to parliament have higher absentee rates than their more publicly motivated colleagues. Did you see that? Did you see that? Did you see that? It's like serving two masters. You do this, pocket the money illegally, and then here, where you are, most people are just to steal. Hey, can we enact a law that will make an MP not be a minister of state at the same time? Can we enact a law in this country where a minister of state or a deputy minister should never be an MP? They are 2 full-time jobs. It's not possible. It's like looking in the eye of a needle with 2 eyes. Or better still, there's a hole in a bottle with 2 eyes. Not possible. But because of our laziness, lack of focus, foolishness, we continue to accept things that are not standard. Morally. Dash it away. Last one. Before I leave. Oh, Jesus. Is this one that I've decided to title? It's a long title. Yes, it's a long title. But we'll go through it. IGP response after Blackport reveals British High Commission tweet. Hey, the Blackport is watched by everybody. In Africa, this is the biggest patriotism show. True? 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 We don't talk politics. We talk patriotism. Pan-Africanism. Hear me now. Watch me. Hey, there was a tweet by the British High Commissioner. Yes. Miss Thompson. That's her. Oh, Jesus have mercy. And what is she saying? Her name is Harriet Thompson. What did she say? Something simple. She said that Oliver Barker-Vormawor, you know, the Fix the Country convener, one of the conveners, my brother and my sister had been arrested again. And she was interested in knowing what will happen to this guy. And I made it clear right here on Blackport that means we are watching you. Ghana, we give you aid. You guys are lazy, so you continue depending on us for aid. Every now and then you are talking nothing but aid. Support us, support us, support us. We are watching you. If anything happens to this guy, that aid will stop. Remember, we are your masters, and we decide what you should do with your lives. The IGP heard this, and he thought that we made sense. He watches this show regularly. The president watches this one. Hey! And when he saw this, he said, Black Rasta made sense. We need to respond to the British High Commissioner, Harriet Thompson, and boom, that's the letter early morning today. Went to the British High Commissioner, and when you read it, the IGP is not happy. We are a sovereign country. We have our own rules. In England, when somebody comes to talk about coups, will you lock up the person or not? Would you allow people to come and make noise in your country and destabilize your country? And he gave a number of facts. But look at this thing that interested me most when I read it. As our former colonial power and the source of our legal, judicial, and criminal justice architecture, and indeed of our police service, we continue to look up to Britain amongst other countries for guidance with regard to how difficult situations are handled. After several years of independence, you kicked out the British. You didn't need the British in your country anymore, because you wanted to be independent. All of a sudden, your loins are still tied colonially to the British, whose laws you have allowed to be bequeathed to you, whose laws you have imbibed and grown a pot belly of other people's laws. Colonial laws, you have all that in your system. You are still tied to them umbilically, and you are waiting for them to teach you how to deal with difficult situations. So why would they stay away from you? They are teaching you how to deal with Oliver Barker-Vormawor. They are teaching you. Why are you crying? And interestingly, look at what the IGP wrote at the end of it all. And it's interesting. It reminds me of Arthur Mills. He said what? For the moment, we will recommend a Ghanaian saying that might guide you in your diplomatic engagements. The saying goes, it means learn to keep within the limits of what concerns you. Learn to keep within the limits of what concerns you. So when they bring aid, would you take? When they come to you and tell you that your prison walls are breaking down, would you see it as an interference and take aid or not? They can't them as long as you are eating from their pot. You can never be independent until you are truly financially and economically independent, or else forget it. These epistles of Dampari will not make a meaning until we are truly economically independent. You chase the British away. Why do you depend on the British for guidance? Do the British people sit back and depend on you for any guidance? Be truly independent. Wean yourselves truly off colonialism, or else you are jokers. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushunamo. My name Blakk Rasta. When we return, we will burn more fire. Remember to follow us on Twitter, social media. Of course, we are on YouTube, Black Empire Media. That's it. Our handles are there. Subscribe to our page and click on the notification bell so that you'll be reminded Monday to Friday between 4 p.m. and 5 p.m. we are live and colored. Until then, boy, skipper jar.